Have you ever heard the adults talk about how useless and weak the younger generation is? Well, I have. They said it casually, as if it's an obvious fact. I felt offended, but I stayed silent. Hi, my name is Evelyn, and welcome to my speech. I'm a student living in a world where generation is constantly compared, criticized, and misunderstood. I think there's something here that we can change and improve, and this is why this topic matters to me. When I was little, I thought grown-ups were one giant group of people. Somehow, they all drank coffee, complained about back pain, and told kids to go to bed early. But now, as I'm older, I realize something strange. We're not just people anymore. We're categories, we're labels. We're Gen Alpha, Gen Z, Millennials, Boomers. Suddenly, we're not unique individuals with different dreams and values anymore. We're a stereotype. We hear things like teenagers are lazy, Gen Zs are addicted to their phones, and old people can't understand technology. These phrases are everywhere, online on social media, at the dinner table, and even in classrooms. When you hear these phrases, no matter how hard you try to ignore what people talk about you, you're still labeled. And once you're labeled, it sticks. Generation stereotypes don't just hurt our feelings. They silently shape how we see ourselves and how we treat each other. People often say it's just a joke, but jokes repeated often enough stop being jokes. If we constantly hear that the younger generation is lazy and addicted to their phones, some of us might start believing it and lowering our expectation for ourselves. Or if we constantly hear that older people are stubborn or outdated, we stop listening to them, even when they have valuable experience to share. Generation stereotypes act like a filter on camera. At first, barely noticeable, but over time, it completely changes the reality. In real life, this matters more than we think. Imagine having an idea in a group project but getting ignored because people think you're too young to understand, or being an older at workplace also getting ignored because people assume you can't keep up. In these moments, people aren't judging ideas or abilities. They're judging your date of birth. When generation stereotypes win, we all stop trying, and we all stop learning from one another. So, what can we do? We start by changing our mindset from generation first to human first. Then we change the language we use. We replace labels with curiosity and assumptions with questions. And most importantly, we stop accepting stereotypes about our own generation. Because the moment we accept them, we limit ourselves. If we do this, we gain better ideas, more opportunities, and stronger connections. Instead of silent judgment, we create real conversations. And instead of the typical kid, we can all be individuals with voices that matter. Even though we don't get to choose when we're born, but we do get to choose who we become. Of course, we can all keep saying, your generation is the problem, but we can all choose the better answer. All generations together is the solution. Thank you.